But without further ado, let's check this out.
Gamergate 2 is well underway, and while we as consumers are constantly getting attacked for simply wanting developers to go through with their creative vision and make good products, we see a lot of developers bending the knee to pointless outrage, and now a new game called Farm Folks has apologized for asking players for feedback on its female character physics.
What?
A few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description.
I don't like the way she talks. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't like the way she talks. But I do want to know more about this. I'm gonna put up with it. Okay.
On social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube membership. So this is a That Park Place article. It says Farm Folks, a third-person life simulator sandbox multiplayer game with an open world experience.
Oh, the way she talks actually irritates me.
For feedback regarding physics for its female characters. First of all, I am getting sick and tired of a game being described with almost all of the possible descriptors they could use.
That's true. That's actually true. One of the things I don't like is like almost every game is an open world game now. Which, you know, I love open world games, but it's every game now. It's every single game now.
Okay, I think developers need to pick 2 or 3 tags and go for it, but this is a lot. It says, though, on April 27th, Farm Folks posted on X, "Alright, folks, it's time for some serious game development talk. We're tinkering with character physics in Farm Folks. Burning question."
Kind of by looking at this, is this like another sandbox ripoff of Power World? It seems like a lot of games are trying to rip off what Power World did and just try to jump onto that success.
Which version has the perfect breast jiggle physics?
No, wait. There's no way. Is that real? Burning question. Which version is the best? No way. I want to see where this is going.
Think that this is not only hilarious, but also very well placed marketing, because there's a lot of talk about jiggle physics and about character physics with Stellar Blade right now. And over the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of different hashtags, going viral on Twitter/X in regards to things like jiggle physics. And I think that they were trying.
Okay, so just on that note, this is actually a really important topic. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is a really important topic, mostly because oftentimes when I see games, a lot of the new games to come out is highly focused on their female characters, which makes sense because a lot of their female characters is what's going to appeal to the gamers, because your huge fan base is going to be male gamers, which is why games like Final Fantasy, Genshin, Honkai, all of these games are super popular. Even Grand Theft Auto. We're not gonna pretend like a lot of the gamers out there don't go and mess with the prostitutes. Okay, it's a huge thing. So when I see stuff like, oh hey, we're trying to make the perfect jiggle physics, it doesn't bother me, because it actually makes sense, because this is how you would appeal to a lot of the gamers, especially the lonely ones who stream like 12 hours a day. It makes sense.
Trying to capitalize on that while also getting what they were hoping was genuine feedback from their player base, because of course this is a game that was kickstarted, so there is a lot of people out there who really do want to be able to give their feedback and have it taken into consideration. And of course, in my opinion, I think that this is a very harmless post. I don't see anything wrong with them asking a question to their community, but there were some people who actually did get very offended over this. As you can see, the posts received backlash from a number of individuals.
Man, the way she talks kills me, dog. I'm trying to be nice, but she's got this monotone reporter sound to it. It's killing me. It's actually killing me.
Individuals, including the consultancy group Black Girl Gamers, a group of individuals who will whine and complain about literally anything. They said, "This ain't it." As you can imagine, boobs are sensitive subjects, especially since women have been—
No, it's not. What? Wait. Which is sensitive subject, especially since women have been subjected to a lot of vitriol in gaming lately, and the latest disclosure regarding sexualization of characters. This is indeed has wait, what? If this indeed has body positivity intention in the future, it may be worth changing the. Okay, is she gonna show more? Because I read faster. I read so much faster than her. I went through all of this in no time.
Vitriol in gaming lately, and the latest discourse.
Come on now, read faster.
Sexualization of characters. As a woman myself, I would rather have female characters have jiggle physics than
there you go.
Because
okay, she's based.
Jiggle. Okay, I know that they say it's a sensitive topic. To me, it's not. To me, breasts are an important topic that should be talked about rather than not talked about.
Okay. Based? Okay, I can deal with that. I can work with that.
I don't know why they would.
Oh no, I don't know why my YouTube's been doing that.
Gamergate 2 is well underway.
Where were we?
So, very well.
Here we go.
Know that they say it's a sensitive topic. To me, it's not. To me, rather than not talked about and ignored. I don't know why they would word it like this, that like talking about breasts are so offensive. They jiggle in real life. Newsflash.
So I'm gonna assume this. This is what I'm gonna assume. The reason why people are so sensitive about it has a lot to do with the fact that a lot of women in video games have been super sexualized, and it's a reoccurring theme. And because of that, it makes women extremely uncomfortable, especially in the gaming scene. Because just imagine you go to a convention, you're a woman, and you're surrounded by a bunch of virgin males. Well, you're probably going to feel really uncomfortable considering how you may be sexualized, and that's something that a lot of people want to avoid. That's why whenever you go to conventions and you guys see signs that says "No me no" or taking pictures, ask permission to take pictures, ask permission to touch, etc., etc. Has a lot to do with some of this stuff because women in games are extremely sexualized. So when you bring that to the real life scenario, guess what? You come up with problems like these. And just in general, I think with the feminist movement, a lot of women want to be represented better in games, not just as something to be sexualized. It's kind of like why I believe people were really mad when the new Resident Evil game got remade. They wanted to give what's her name, Shiva, a bigger role in the game because I think what was it, Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 5? 5. I think it was 5. Shiva had like almost no role within the game in itself. She was just there just to be looked at. She was just eye candy throughout the entire game. And so I'm assuming it has a lot to do with stuff like this.
I think it's hilarious how individuals who run groups like Black Girl Gamers constantly say that, you know, oh, you're all incels who have never touched a woman, but they don't even know how women's anatomy works. They also said, additionally, if your bio disclosed that the game is meant to be an adult farming simulator, that might curb people's reactions to this post a little bit. Clearly, they did absolutely no research into this game, because while it does not currently have an ESRB rating, it will most likely receive a T for teen because it's got guns and PvP. So why are we attacking a game that's not a children's game over them asking a...
That's a good point. I like that. That's a really good point. If a game is rated T, then there's no need to really make it a big deal. That's a good point.
Physics. It's not going to be an E for everyone. It is more akin to something like Fortnite. It's very stylistic like Fortnite. There are stylized guns like Fortnite.
Fortnite doesn't have jiggle physics though. Let's be completely honest here. That's a little bit of a cope. Using Fortnite as an example is a cope. I wouldn't use Fortnite.
There's going to be PvP, meaning there is almost no possible way that this is going to get an E for everyone. And they might have had a leg to stand on if it was an E for everyone game and they're asking about jiggle physics, but it most likely won't be. And of course, this all comes across as really pathetic because now we have a situation where not only do people start defending them against, you know, narrative consultation companies companies like Black Girl Gamers and their absolute insane followers, but the company behind Farm Folks decided to apologize. They did not stand their ground and defend their product. They said, hey folks, we like to address a recent post where we came to our community asking for feedback. Our intent is
They went back on their feedback. I'm not buying the game. They should have kept it the way it was.
Always to connect and grow with our players, but it's clear that we really missed the mark on our recent community feedback posts, and for that we sincerely apologize. But they actually also decided to lock down the post so that only people that they follow or they mention can reply. Now this of course was after they were already getting ratioed, but it never really comes across very well when companies apologize and they don't want people to further
It's not good when people apologize in general. I can't tell you how many times I've seen gamers, streamers, everybody, when they apologize, it just never comes off well at all.
continue to discuss the situation. And of course, this is just a really, really bad situation overall, because basically they are apologizing to people who wouldn't play it anyway. The people at Black Girl Gamers are now going to boycott the game themselves because they dare to even ask about the Jiggle Physics to the community. So this apology doesn't mean anything to the people that they had to apologize for apparently offending, because normal people were not offended by them simply asking the community for feedback. It is always fantastic when companies ask their communities for feedback, especially, again, a game like this that was kickstarted, so the only reason it exists in the first place is because people monetarily supported them and supported their vision for this game. And honestly, after watching, you know, some of the videos that they've released and seen some of the screenshots, it didn't look half bad, but now there are going to be a ton of people who are going to
yeah, if you're gonna make, I kind of want to listen to what she was saying, but it's kind of hard because I'm not gonna lie, her voice kind of kills me. It's so monotone. But if you are gonna make a game and you made a certain promise, this is kind of why. Oh, this is gonna be so controversial. This is kind of why the Shoob game is dying, right? It's kind of why, like, a lot of people are leaving the game. They made promises, they never fell on. They never fell through with their promises. They made a lot of rule changes. A lot of people weren't happy with those rule changes, and it just made a lot of people mad. And now your donators are gone. A lot of your players are leaving to play other games. It's just, this is kind of what happens when companies make promises. It's like extremely important, vital almost, that you follow through with those promises. So freaking important. This is kind of something that, like, I think two of my mates actually are making games right now, and when I talked to them, they said that they wanted to do a lot of different things, and I'm just telling them, look, do what you want, but just make sure that whatever you do, you follow through on whatever you said you were going to do. That is the most important thing.
refuse to support it because
Again, who am I?
they have apologized. And again, apologize to people who were never even going to play their game in the first place. Like I mentioned though, even though they've locked down the replies, there are still quite a lot here, and people are roasting them, saying things like, damn fam, never apologize for the memes and good times, still looking forward to checking out the game though, be glad your post did attract new eyes. And it is true, it did attract a lot of attention over a very short amount of time, and I'm sure that they are going to gain some sales from this situation, people who want to go against Black Girl Gamers and prove that this game, you know, is a good one, who knows. But at the same time, there are still people who are like, you bent the knee, I'm not going to support.
Apologizing to people that didn't support you anyways, like stepping willing to in the noose and kicking the chair. Yo, that is crazy. But he's right though. Oh my goodness, if someone is talking shit about your game and they have no intention of supporting or advertising or helping your game in any way, why would you listen to them? Why would you listen to them? This is, oh my God, this is one of the things that I've been trying to tell a lot of the management that's above me, and Shoob in itself is like, why are we listening to people who don't care about the game and the things that we're doing? Why do you care about the opinions of people who left the game, are no longer a part of the community? One of the projects we were working on, the upper staff was like, oh, we don't want to work on this project because certain people said that if this project was to go through, then they would quit. And the people who said that they would quit are people who have already quit. They're no longer working on the game or no longer playing the game. So why do we care about their opinions? It's just, this is stupid.
Support you now. So let me see if I understand this here. You made a sincere community post. A gaggle of toxic non-customers were incredibly rude to you by intentionally misinterpreting your words in the least charitable way possible, and so you're apologizing to them. Do I have that about right? It is unfortunate that there are so many companies who will...
Okay, I skipped this story, but apparently a character died and I didn't even see it happen. Wait a minute, I gotta go back and take a look at that. What the fuck? Why did she die?
Apologize to people who attack them and are rude to them and honestly try to bury their products simply because it doesn't align with what they believe a game should be like. Of course, I'm sure that there are going to be other posts in the future that appear where people are questioning this game, and of course the people behind it saying, do they really deserve our support? But the general consensus is they shouldn't have bent the knee, they shouldn't have released this apology, and there are plenty of people saying if they deleted the apology, they would be...
Alright, so basically what I'm hearing from this entire video, because I don't know if I can continue to listen to her. I'm sorry, she's a great speaker. She's made, this is a good video. I'm gonna give the video a like, personally. But, holy crap, the yapping is too much for me. It's too much for me. But on that note, from what I understand, a game asks for the opinions of the people. And then a certain group of people said they didn't like the idea, and then they bend the knee to that one group of people, which it happens. I can't be completely mad at it. It freaking happens. It's whatever. So
you gotta understand, yo, anything I put my name on or associate myself with is great.
I've been living life, feeling like I'm in a dream state, like I hit the lotto, like I won a sweepstakes. Can't believe we really made it out the mud, swear it's been a rocky road, now we getting to the cheesecake. Yes, sir.